in which the Communist Party of China exerts either influence or perhaps in other cases interference.
And the other, are you able to comment on the other ways?
Chinese police stations are a perfect example of something that's been in the news recently that our friend from the block asked about earlier today.
And of course, and they often, the United Front often operates through proxies, we've learned. You agree that that's correct?
Yes.
And I think the words you used to describe foreign interference in your examination in chief were covert, coercive, deceptive. And so would it surprise you if you were told that the United Front might funnel funds to Chinese proxies in Canada?
I am wary of getting into too much of what I know in an open forum here, but I think there's been evidence submitted along the lines of that.
Okay, and you're aware that CSIS has confirmed that the United Front uses proxies to disinvite or deplatform regime opponents from invitations to important community events. I would encourage you to go directly to the source of these reports and allegations. I can say that, yes, I am kept very, very highly briefed on various ways of interference. I'm not always sure which ones I can talk about that I know about that others may not know about, but if you're talking about public record things, then it's good that you're putting them into the record. Sure, and so as a politician, of course, part of some of the rituals of Canadian political life involve attending events hosted by different ethnic communities that are potentially quite significant. So Vaisakhi would be one I'm sure that you might be familiar with.
Yes.
And so there is a certain significance then to having been invited for many years to an event and then suddenly disinvited in a public way. That would be designed to send a message. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think publicly disinviting someone as wrong as it would be might fall into the category of influence rather than interference. If a diplomat is hosting an event that the Chinese government is behind or through with proxies, it's a fairly open and visible way, and perhaps meant to be open and visible, to exclude an individual. That sounds like as wrong or unfortunate, or much as we might disagree with it, it sounds like something that is not covert or surreptitious, but more very direct disapproval.
But if it's a community event organized by a Canadian organization,
I think we're getting into hypotheticals here, but I understand your point that it is unfortunate that China in general tries to silence critics of its regime, including high-profile members of parliament.
Okay, so a couple of concluding questions, if I may, Prime Minister. So the GAC panel testified that if the People's Republic of China, or for that matter any other foreign state, were engaged in foreign interference in Canada, it would violate international law. Do you have any reason to disagree with that evidence?
No, I am. Yes, the foreign interference is violation of Canadian law and international law.
And you'd agree then it's a violation of Canadian sovereignty?
Yes.
Thank you, Prime Minister.
Thank you. Mr. Jarman, representing a Renault Tool.